Morning, y'all. There's been a major incident this morning. What about my coffee? Bear with. That's been bought. We can all stop panicking now. So yesterday's question, Matt and Shane got on pretty well. I don't think Shane really remembered Matt's little remarks, because he was a class guy, to be honest. He was good fun and right up for a good laugh. Videos on that will come out probably in about 7 weeks. We've got a little bit of a backlog going on at the minute. So today's question, BMW Championship starts, well, obviously this week, the tournament starts Thursday, Pro-Am Day today. What's the defining factor that would make you go to an event or not? Is it that it's local? Is it the field? Is it the course? So the venue, obviously Augusta. Oh, that's embarrassing, I'm gonna ruin this shirt, isn't it? What would make you spend your money to go to an event? Love to hear, post comments down there, hit that comment section up, let me know what's the defining factor that would make you choose to go to an event or not. Down there, hit that thumbs up as always, keep letting me know if you're liking the daily vlogs. And remember, if you don't want to miss a video, hit that subscribe button. Also there's a little bell icon next to it, if you hit that, it makes sure the notifications are turned on every time I post a video, which is quite often. Busy morning this morning and everybody, I'm out and about. This car, Mrs. Parfield's lovely clean car, needs service and MOT, that's my job. Right, so today's swing, face awareness game I'm going to play with this guy. So you can notice we see this a lot in swings. So we're talking club face control, not great on the way back, with a flat lead wrist, which is where this guy could be getting confused. So we're going to talk about how that happens. That's connected to his grip. But this face is still very open to whatever path he's going to be swinging on down by the ball. As you can see here, face pointing kind of straight up at the sky at this point. Then we see the high handle delivery as he tries to chuck all the angles away to get the face pointing somewhere towards where he wants the ball to start, which he succeeds with. This ball's generally going to cut. He's going to be losing power with these kind of actions. Face awareness drill today. That building there has gone. Yep, it's definitely gone. So left hand grip and club face first. Have such flat lead wrist and the face still to work the way it wants to work. You must be starting with 1 to no knuckles on that lead hand. Let's get that twisted to see a good 2 to 3. So flattening lead wrist is really important, but it's always referenced and built around whatever hold you start from. So club face awareness games, these are really important for people. I do a lot of this with students when I'm teaching. And often the game always begins with forgetting target. So what I find with students is as they swing the club around their head, if I was to stop it at different points, they don't have much of an idea of what twists cause what shots and what twists do to height and lofts, those kind of things. So I get them to try and understand the twists at different points and what kind of shot patterns they might get from those twists. And the biggest thing I notice is that they've been practicing trying to get it into the exact correct position for a long time. And I go and say to them, well, I actually want you to practice getting in some very funky positions, both sides of the spectrum. So let's take first parallel for argument's sake, so club parallel to the ground. I ask them to hit shots where they feel like they've twisted the club way to the ground. So they don't start with the club twisted, they started in their normal setup, but as they put it back, they start putting a twist in. They can stop there, or they can carry on for the whole movement. But I want them to connect with a ball and hit shots that way. Now let's pretend they hit low left shots, which is generally the rule with that kind of twist. I say to them next, right, I want you to aim to the right and try and work out how far to the right you have to aim to put that twist in that we just put in and curve that ball to target. We are now practicing golf. We're practicing the skill of the game, balancing all these dynamic moving angles from aim to club path to face to path to loft. We're not practicing that static, sterile, repeat, 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 hopefully good shot. And golf's randomized for so many people, so what happens is they get, let's say you hit 20 shots and you're always going to hit 8 good ones. If they hit 8 good ones in a row or at the right time of their practice, they think they've had a good session. But if they hit 8 good ones and starting 12 bad ones, they walk away unhappy. But they're still hitting the same ratio of good to bad shots. What I want to see them do is be able to control the shape shot they intend to hit rather than having their random 8 decent shots. Then I challenge them to do it the other way. Let's get the club face twisting to the sky and hit some shots. This is more the way this golfer looks like they want to deliver the club. If they're then hitting hitting it high right or curving it to the right, I say, how far left you have to aim with the face, with the club, put that twist in, and hit target. Often for golfers, feeling both sides like that is such a skill. It's such an eye-opener for them. It really does empower them, I always think, to improve their practice, then in turn improve their on-course play, which generally lowers scores for people. Let's answer your questions.
Just in the garden doing a few drills. Can't make it to the course. Got my trusty R11S3 wood, regular shaft incident. But my question today is regarding wind speed and clubbing. As you can see, the trees in the background, there's a bit of wind up there. I'm an amateur, wouldn't have a clue the speed of the wind. It'd be a guess. I was at the range the other day. The local pro at the range comes out with a statement that anything over 30 mile an hour is a 3-club wind. The problem with that is, I don't strike my irons pure every time. So how can I judge whether it's a 3-club wind, a 2-club wind or a 5-club wind? And the other thing is, has there been any testing of professionals that you know of regarding clubbing and wind speed and how far you've got to go up in club or down in club to counteract the type of wind speed these are talking about? If you can answer that, I'd appreciate it. Cheers, bro!
So I think I've seen some studies, I don't know if it was Trackman, I saw Andrew Rice talking about this actually the other day and doing some educated guests on wind speed and what clubs and how you should go up or down clubs, those kind of things. But in a gaming environment, it just doesn't work like that. Often the trouble with the measured world that we live in now is the measured world as I interact with it. Launch monitors, biomechanical 3-dimensional measuring of bodies, Sam Putt Labs, many other measuring devices that I use, which I love. What they show to me more than anything else is they show you that lots of this can't be controlled to the level that we can now measure. So often all that ends up happening is lots of people like having discussions about things that no amateur's going to control, and even the best players in the world aren't going to work it out that way. When it comes to winds, it's a very feel-based thing. You're not allowed to measure the speed of the wind. You got to remember, we don't live in a speed tunnel, so the wind isn't constant as well. So the speed of the wind at the time you hit your shot could differ to when you're stood over it. So all these precise calculations aren't really going to account to anything in that real gaming environment. It's very much an experience-based thing. So in my head, it's things like this club into the wind for me feels like it goes up a bit too high, so I'm going to hit it really hard, or I'm going to hit it softer downwind and use the height, or I'm going to actually use too much loft and hit it softer. Less loft and hit it softer because that's a better result. It's this kind of trial and error based playing type thing. If you then go and throw in inconsistency of strike like amateurs get, the answer's kind of not there. As in, we can give you precise measurements, but they're going to help you when you go and hit it a groove low or 2 grooves low or high on the face or out the toe and those kind of things. So trying to look for that scientific answer is fun in forums and it's fun on videos and it's fun to know, but it won't make you a better golfer. Believe me, the amount of tour pros I've talked to, played with now, it's not the way they're thinking at all. It's not the precision you think it is and the telly and other people might make you believe. It's a very skill-based feel thing. Don't ever forget that, because that's really what you need to be practicing. So judging into winds, you got to get out there, practice your different clubs. Can you hit it lower? Can you hit it higher? Is there any difference in patterns? And then play with those patterns in those different windy environments. Me and Mrs. P are off to get the kids. It's a lovely day. Found Calippo'd going to pick up Mrs. Parfield's car. 20-minute walk. Milo's totally stoked about it. Found, ice creamed, persuaded to go and pick up the car also. Doesn't really know what 20 minutes is, so not as windy as the other one. Next idea, I'm going to use the side of this table to help me get the feeling of the face. So feeling where that face is at different angles of your swing is a real skill. This will help. So I'm going to start where the end of the table, or the side of the table, is kind of level with the front of my leg. Now your downswing, you would want to put the club on top of the table with the heel slamming into it first. So kind of this way into the table. Where what I want you to feel on your downswing is that you're putting it down the side of the table, so not on top, and that you're going to try and career the toe of the club, so this end, so this part of the club, to touch the side of that table first. That's going to make you feel a very different wrist angle on the way down. What I love about indoor drills is, let's be honest with you, I mean, you can even post comments down below. How often do you play every week? Lots of people I teach are playing once or twice every month. So doing these ideas away from the course, against the table, wherever you can have a massive effect on your enjoyment levels of the game. If you're someone lucky enough to play every day, 5 days a week, 3 days a week, the amount of on-course to off-course practice I used to do when I was playing, off-course was huge. Constantly thinking about where I wanted my movements to be, how I'd hit different shots, those kind of things. When I was trying to improve my game, the more you do on and off, the better I got. So simple drill, front of my legs against the edge of the table, get that club into the edge of the table with the toe. You're going to find it very natural just to slam the heel of the club down onto this onto this table. Remember, do it nice and slow. You ain't going to win any friends if you bust the family table. Me and Aldous. Oh, that's a nice hat. We're going to play golf. It's a lovely summer's evening. Well, that was a lot of fun. Well played, Fanula. No water balls today.
No.
Some great straight drive. See you all tomorrow. Have a good evening. Post comments down below as always. Hit the old thumbs up button. Tell us you're liking the old vids. And what would make you go to a golf tournament? Hit that comment section up down there as well. See you all tomorrow. Let's go and get some food.